Florida is shaking, and the entire time I was down there, I kept hearing these scary three words: flesh eating disease. There's two parts to this story. Let's talk about it. Earlier this year in February, this man right here was in Florida, in Tampa, at a family event. Well, his family members got into a brawl. He tried to break the brawl up, tried to break up the fight, and he ended up getting bit by one of his family members. That was around February 14th. Well, around February 19th, his leg was looking crazy. He said it was swollen, it was in terrible pain, and they said that his skin looked like an orange peel. Isn't that crazy? Trigger warning, this is the leg right here. So this is the leg. Okay, now when doctors finally got to him, they said, hey, we got to put you in operation immediately. They ended up removing 70% of the tissue out of his leg, and then they even had to go back and remove some more of the infected tissue. Now, I've always heard growing up that your mouth is dirtier than your backside, and the human mouth is actually dirtier than a dog's mouth. So this man was smart to immediately go to the hospital because they said if he would have waited any longer, he would have lost that leg. Now the story is coming out because he's recovered. He's not limping and he's totally fine now. But baby, it was looking bad. So when I was in Florida, I'm like, what are y'all talking about? When I looked up flesh-eating disease, I'm like, I didn't get bit by a cousin, and this is what people were talking about. In Florida now, washing up from the Caribbean waters in the Gulf of Mexico, which originally came from the areas in West Africa and that body of water, Erica. There is a flesh-eating disease that's coming in on the seaweed and the plastic. And this shows you why being environmentally sound is so important. The beach being clean doesn't just mean, oh, let's just keep the environment clean. Stuff like this, plastic is new to our bodies. Plastic is now embedded into our lives. And there are dirt and bacteria and different viruses that can ride in on plastic, especially when it's heated up. So this is particularly bad in the warm weather. The type of bacteria that is riding in is called vibrosis. And there's 100 different types of vibrosis and about 80,000 illnesses that can be caused by vibrosis. Now, it has something to do with marine life. If you're consuming raw oysters and things like that, because of global warming, a lot of bacteria is heating up these different areas, causing bacteria to be able to live and get bigger and worse. The seaweed the bacteria is riding in on is the seasonal sargassum blooms. It's getting worse in Florida, and it's riding in from the Cancun area. So y'all be careful when y'all out in these waters.